Hello, everyone. So there's been a lot of media reports that there have been padding of some 2 point something trillion naira to the national budget by the National Assembly. There've been accusation flying left, right, center, and the National Assembly, of course, has come out to say that they did not do any padding, and there are CEC what did you call them now? Oh my goodness. Sometimes you're just doing something, and as I grow older, I just get this thing. The word that you're supposed to, it just flies out of the head. The word is back now. Civil society organization. That was the word that flew out. Anyway, so civil society organizations are also asking for investigation into all of this. For me, so I'm still watching to see what is developing, what it is and what it is not. So we'll do I'll do more video on that as the whole issue unfold. But for me, it's just I saw a video of someone who was talking about Mr. Peter Obi and how Mr. Peter Obi, when he was in office, would stay up to 1 a.m., just cross-checking every item that comes through his table to ensure that there was no padding. And it was really quite instructive. The first time I knew of anything like padding was actually when my husband was the director of finance. First, he was the director of fund management, then director of finance at the National Health Insurance Scheme, and he was there for 8 years. My husband is a chartered accountant, for those who don't know, because a lot of people just assume that, oh, he was a civil servant, all of those things. He's a chartered accountant. He became a chartered accountant, I think, in 1986. Yeah, 1986 was when he became a chartered accountant. So, but it's about 38 years now of being a chartered accountant, and he had worked in firms like KPMG, Akintola Williams, and all of that. And right now he's a managing partner. He's a partner in their own firm. They have their own firm, accounting firm. So my husband, it was from Akintola Williams that he went to the National Health Insurance Scheme as a director. He's not a civil servant person. It's not like some people try to make her. It's not a civil servant. So he went in there, and one of the things he talked about was the fact that you will see they can bring papers for you, right? You sign. Before you know what's happening, they'll go and insert things inside. So what my husband was doing, that he signs every sheet. Every sheet. When you bring something, if it's 3 pages, he's going to put his signature on the 3 pages. He's going to photocopy it, and we're going to have a copy in a safe place. Wallahi, that's what my husband did all throughout his visit. Sometimes that you sitting there, they will bring something to you. You'll be like, I was at that meeting. This thing wasn't what was approved. So you have all sorts of manner of things. So that was the first time I knew of padding. So when Buhari came into office in 2015, and then there was that brouhaha of that padding, and they were like, oh, he didn't. I'm like, even me that I've not worked before, but by virtue of my husband being in that position, we were able to meet. Because my husband is a stickler. If you know what they call a stickler of things being done the right way. When my husband went into that service, for me, all my businesses, I had to be keeping like the receipt, the everything for people to see. He said anything can happen. In short, we had documents anyway, like, because what he said he needed, in case there's need for anything, like, you have your evidence. I had to keep this in. I wanted to even start building in Abuja, where my husband, he was like, please, no, he didn't want that, because he was still a public officer now. People will not know that, oh, you have your own business, you're doing this. The only part that I knew I fought my husband on was when it came to our children's school. Because then when I joined him in Abuja, I was looking for school. Regent Secondary School was the one that I felt fit our son. For those of you who don't know, our son is dyslexic. He has a learning disability. And so the whole school, and as of that time, the school fees was $25,000 per session. And my husband was like, no, how can he that is a public servant, how? I said, well, God, resign. Oh. That was what I said to my husband, then resign. I knew we did back and forth. We're like, at the end of the day, I was like, no, I want, because this is about our son. This boy is still young, and he's 12 years old. He needs all the help that he can get. I can't say because you are working in some government something that we will not be able to do this. And I remember we had the back and forth. They said that first time school fee, I paid the whole session. I was like, even if I die, you people must allow him to go to that school, because my husband is always the kind of person follows the rule to the, everything. And so that's why even up to today, whatever crisis going on in the NHIS, within the time that he was there, he holds sway. Nothing was done anyhow. They left how many billions, over 20 something billion in the coffers of NHIS. It was after they left all of that nonsense or whatever we're going. That's why I'm always proud when they are talking like, oh, your husband, they are like, please bring EFCC, bring everybody, because I want the world to know that there are people who enter, who go there, serve and serve very well and come out. You think if my husband had done something, I would have had this mouth? During NSAS, protest, from the presidency, they sent people to go to NHIS to go and check whether there's something they can use to rope in my husband, that maybe that's the money that my husband is using, that he took, that's why I have money. And it's so annoying, because as a woman, no matter how much you do your business, no matter how much you earn your money, no matter how much you have your money, you're always seen as if that, oh, you don't have anything, it's only someone that is using. That's the problem, that's the thing that we face as a woman. But anyway, me, I really don't care about that. So for me, that was when I learned first about padding. But I'll just allow you listen to this video and see what he said.
And 400 days in office, you tarred roads and all that. Don't insult us. That's not development, that's infrastructure. The quality of the human person is what defines the state. So it's not impossible. This can be done. I'll cite two examples. One was when Peter was governor, there was this, we were 1 a.m. He said, okay, come and see how much I've saved today. Because when he gets a file, he will check the unit cost, check the total, check the unit cost. If it's too high, he will call people in the market. So they realize that they will give him the correct unit cost, knowing he verifies, and then give a wrong total. He will also check that. After calculating, maybe you put about 14.7 million, he finds out it's 9.3. He will write 9.3, approved. Say, look, why don't you disincentivize this thing? Some of them can be arrested. He said, no. See, if you want to sleep and there are too many rats in your house, it's the fish they want. Don't use a wooden basket, use the metal thing. Once you're sure they won't take your fish, sleep. So
oh
a
my
leader must
goodness,
have the
Nigeria, my
capacity to
country. The monsters you will fight, anybody that gets into power, you say you relax for one day, they will show you, they will turn you upside down. See what they say, he will sit down and check everything. Sometimes they will deliberately make mistake. They will see the line item. When they notice, okay, they will do, then they will just inflate the figure. If you are not checking, you just put approve. So billion, approve. So million, approve. You will be the one in trouble when anything comes. And meanwhile, because you didn't do your due diligence. So it's crazy the kind of things that one has to face in public service. From my husband's experience, oh my goodness, those 8 years that he worked in this thing were the most how do I put it, difficult of his career. It was crazy. Just you trying to do the right thing, the kind of pressure you face, the kind of attacks you face, the kind of things that will come at you. But I can tell you, if you ever find yourself there, there's nothing that beats you doing the right thing. There's nothing that beats you. Don't partake in their corruption. Don't partake in anything that you're doing. Just live your life simply. My husband will go there. Then the official vehicle that he had, they never parked it in our house one day. The driver will drop him. He will carry it and go. Weekend, my husband used his car. He never used any of those official car. It was even when they for his weekend or private thing, he didn't use any official car. He will always say that even if they drive him today, he's living within his means. Because my husband has one rule that we use in our house, which is we must live our life in the way that even if we are not working, we can maintain it. That has always been one thing we've always done. So he never did. It was even after he had retired that he changed his car. Every of the money that were used for per diem that my husband got, he used them to buy land. Every of the money. As soon as he gets his per diem, he go and buy land. His junior colleagues were driving flash big cars. People that had big cars. No, that's how we've lived our life. We always do that. Financial literacy, this thing, when they talk about delayed gratification in our family, we do it a lot. I will start business. I'm starting a community. I already have a community set up. What we're going to be discussing are financial literacy, how you can attain financial independence while you're working, doing business, whatever, with this little money that you're getting. You don't have to hammer to be rich. It's all about you knowing about money and making money work for you rather than you working for money are some of the things that I'm going to do within that community that I'm going. So I'm going to put it that for those who really want to be interested and learn will be the ones to join, not the one you put out. People I really don't care. Sometimes you're telling them about teaching because I have a lot of this teaching on my X and all of that. But anyway, Sha, this is what we have in Nigeria. So some of the things we are dealing with. It's crazy. Thank you for